Welcome to DWS Market Update. The fight against inflation, the central banks initially acted rather hesitantly, but then pushed up interest rates at a speed that many had not thought possible. They reached full flight attitude at some 6 months ago. The next interest rate move might be down, that much seems certain. But when will the first interest rate cut come? Probably not as soon as many market participants would like. The central banks have made it clear that their decisions will be data-dependent and not date-dependent, as ECB President Christine Lagarde recently put it. In other words, the central banks themselves do not know yet when they will start cutting interest rates. It depends on the data, on inflation, growth, and, not least, the labor market. However, the latest data suggests that the inflation is not yet defeated. For example, the inflation rate in the euro area fell just by 0.1 of a percentage point from 2.9 to 2.8% in January. And the inflation rate for services, which says a lot about homegrown inflation, remained unchanged at 4%. It is therefore still too early to declare victory over inflation. Do central banks need to cut interest rates quickly to avoid an economic downturn? Growth in Europe may be weak, but there doesn't seem to be a recession. Employment is increasing. Recently, even in Germany, the unemployment rate has fallen and not risen. The US economy grew by 0.8% in the final quarter last year. Wages on both sides of the Atlantic are growing faster than would be compatible with an inflation target of 2%. And wage growth over 4 or 5% is not a sign of a pronounced economic weakness. What does this mean for investors? Well, investors should not speculate on interest rate cuts coming quickly. The central banks can certainly wait and see. However, the high interest rates also have their good side. Investments in bonds are attractive again. Investors who now add fixed income securities to their equity portfolio can now receive interest rate payments again. With that, I say goodbye until next time.